The United States Corporation is a privately owned company. It's privately owned.
What is happening? Something is going on. Can you feel the way?
Welcome to Spiral Into It. I'm Fisk Smith. In the spring of 2001, Jordan Maxwell made this presentation to the ConspiracyCon conference in Santa Clara, sponsored by Brian Hall. Jordan Maxwell is either the most outrageous conspiracy theorist in the world or the most lucid pragmatist alive. In this program, he will lay out your rights as an American to validate radical action. Maybe you never want to think about or consider his course of action. But have you ever wondered about our current association with the United Kingdom? Do you really understand the attorney-client relationship? And who holds the power when you walk into a courtroom? What is the United States Postal Service? And most astonishingly of all, who are we and who are we legally bound to? In this episode, Jordan Maxwell will lay this out and more. Is this man a flipped-out lunatic spreading fear? Or is he a touchstone genius, astutely demystifying our insane world? You be the judge. What is happening? Something is going on. Can you feel the way?
The point I want to make tonight is that words are very important. We as humans are word controlled. We are word-controlled humans. You can say something to someone and they will beat you up because they don't like the words. You can say something to another person and they will love you because of the words. But what you need to understand is that there's a world of difference between a dictionary definition of a word and a legal or lawful dictionary definition of a word. When you go into court, when you're dealing with attorneys and judges, the words that you use do not mean the same thing at all. Let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about. Here it is. Corpus juris secundum, which is a complete restatement of the entire American law. Corpus juris secundum, which is a huge set of law volumes in any good law library, and I photocopied this. Under the heading of attorney and client, it says, an attorney has an obligation to the courts and to the public, no less significant than his obligation to his clients. Thus, an attorney occupies a dual position which imposes dual obligations. His first duty is to the courts and to the government or public, not to the client. So the first duty of an attorney is to the courts and to the government and not to the client. And whenever the duties of his client conflict with those he owes as an officer of the court in the administration of justice, the former must yield to the latter. So anytime you might have a difference with what the judge is doing or the courts are doing, it doesn't matter. They're the boss. And the attorney works for them, not you. Then in corpus juris secundum, it goes on to say under attorney and client, a client is one who applies to a lawyer or a counselor for advice or direction in a question of law. A client is also called a ward of the court in relation to his relationship with his attorney. Clients, if you hire an attorney, you're a client. And a client is a ward of the court. Look up in Black's Law Dictionary the word ward of the court, and it says an infant or person of unsound mind. According to the law, if you hire an attorney, you're an idiot.